Hey fellow duels, hey YouTube, this is Jynex Sol here. I want to talk about Duel Network, Shonen Jump, and a few other things that bother me about this game. First off, I would like to talk about Shonen Jump. The April edition of Shonen Jump, the April 2012 issue that just came out with featuring number 30 Acid Golem, will be the last Shonen Jump ever printed in America. That's what I have heard. They are doing the new digital thing now called Shonen Jump Alpha, which you can go on Shonen Jump, ShonenJump.com, and register and subscribe to. And if you do subscribe in time, you will be able to receive a certain promo card. It's an Exceed monster known as number 16 Shockmaster, and he's pretty good. He can negate spells, he can negate monster effects, he can negate traps, but he cannot negate all three at once. Once per turn, he can do that. He requires three level 4 monsters. Yes, and I think he's one of the Exceeds people are most looking forward to coming up next. Acid Golem is another Exceed that just came out, like I said, with the April 2012 issue. It's a rank 3 Exceed monster using 2 level 3 monsters. The effects are: detach 1 material during your standby phase, or you'll take 2,000 damage. It has 3,000 attack, 3,000 defense, and when this card is on your side of the field, you cannot special summon. That's why I suggest you give it to your opponent and let him deal with it. Wando has no more materials, so that's always good. Then again, they can always tribute it. So unless you have some kind of lockdown that prevents them from tributing and just taking burn damage all day, then they would just easily tribute it or dark hole it or torrential it. Because you know how most cards can't stay in the field for too long. It's retarded. Moving on to Duel Network. Around certain times during the late hours, if people are still on Duel Networks, beware. They are not friendly. They are all dicks. They do not want to talk. They do not want to play fair. And they want to roll the shark the hell out of you. So, I advise if you do want to play Duel Network late at night, it's better off you just do like construction, deck construction. But as far as finding a suitable player to play against, you may find a person, but most of the time the person will either quit, tell you off, or just give you an overall hard time. And it's not necessary. It's a card game, but I understand it's late at night and you tend to get cranky because you don't want to go to sleep. That's not my problem. If you want to stay up and play Yu-Gi-Oh, that's you. I mean, I'm staying up right now. It's around 4:49 in the morning. I should be fucking asleep, but I can't. So I just wanted to play some card games, So eventually I will fall asleep. But since Duel Network is being a fag, and people want to play with their rescue faggots and torhos and cheap bugs, yeah, what these cards are actually, but I'm not going to go into them because I do not like them. That's why I gave them the nicknames they have now. What else about this game that bothers me? The fact that the same cards are all overused. I mean, someone asked me what's considered meta. Well, I consider meta like tournament-based competitive decks, like that you normally would see in the tournament. You got your wind-ups, your insectors, you got your dino rabbits, you got your Dark Worlds. I'm surprised how Dark Worlds not tournament competitive, because I don't see many people use it. They don't. Apparently, someone says Glad Beasts are not meta anymore. I find that to be complete and utter bullshit, considering how they can still do what they can do. Lightsworn, that's always a fan favorite. I'm a fan of it. I like Lightsworn. JD stops a lot. JD screws up a lot of people. Chaos Dragons that just came out, not too bad. Especially when you got like a Red House Middle in the graveyard and you got a light pulse on your field, and if the fucking gets rid. Pretty much either two things you can do: send it back to the deck, or just remove from play when you want to. Instead of destroying it, return it to the hand or remove from play. Either way, they gotta summon it again, and at that time you can't stop warning it, or perhaps bottomless it, because you don't want it to get its effect off. But I think bottomless will be the less likely choice for that fucking card, considering how I could just bring back metal anyway. Is there anything else meta out there? I'm not too sure. I haven't seen anything new lately. I keep seeing the same old shit. That kind of shit kind of bores me because I don't see any originality to the deck. I don't see anything like unique to it. It's the same plays over and over. I mean, at least I try to like switch it up every now and then. But when you play like the same fucking thing, it's like, okay, I already know what you're gonna do. I already know what your face downs is. You know how many people set 3 face downs? Like 3 face downs, either a Solemn Judgment, Solemn Warning, Dimensional Prison, Bottomless Trap Hole, Mirror Force, or MST, or Book of Moon. Those following cards will always be set face down, so beware. Because I've already seen the players do it. I've seen them dropping down. Every time I summon something, Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, it's annoying. But you kill yourself fast when you play those cards, so be my guest. When I still have shit in my hand and I fuck you up, hey, that's pretty much what happens. But not all the time that does happen, but most of the time I do lose because apparently I don't get what I need and the opponent does all the time. It makes me think, is really people really hacking Duel Network and probably like doing, testing that shit, or is it just luck? I don't believe in luck. I actually believe in using skill, not luck. And I've been playing this game for a while, so it's like, yeah, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen a lot of plays. I've faced a lot of OTKs, and of course, been used as test bait for them. Like the other day, I faced Morphing Jar OTK, where the fucker kept just putting the card face down and flipping it up, and over and over. It was annoying. And eventually I lost, and I was just testing my deck. And the guy kind of felt bad, so he gave me another chance to use a different deck, and I ended up winning. I props to that dude. If I knew his name, I would say it right now, but I don't. That was pretty cool of him to do that. Not a lot of people will do that on Duel Network, give some motherfucker a chance, because if a motherfucker's just testing his deck, why would you play with no TK deck, knowing that the person is only testing it out? There is no possible way that the person can test the deck out if you're using no TK. Because one, you're only going to finish the opponent off in one. You're going to finish me off, or finish your opponent off in one turn. And what did I exactly learn from that? Except you know how to be a faggot and play with a fucking deck that just requires no skill. I mean, it may require some skill. You gotta play it step by step by step. But I'm just saying, like, I don't like OTK decks. I think they're dumb. I think that the fact that you have to rely on that just to win is play with some skill, not something you saw off the internet. That would actually, that may offend some people, considering how some people don't have ideas and they do use decks that their friends helped them out with, or they found from the internet. So no offense to you guys if you actually want to like to play this game, if you don't have a deck idea and you just borrowing someone's idea. But when you borrow someone's idea, that's understandable. When you copy a deck card by card by card by card, I don't consider that skill at all. I consider that just you just being another person deck riding another person's deck, showing no regard to the owner who created the deck at all, using it to win for your own personal gain, so you can rub it in somebody else's face. Is that wise? No. Do you have to do it? Not really. But for you folks out there, just play friendly, play competitively, play with the understanding of the knowledge of the game. And fourth, most importantly, do not fucking roll shark, because, yeah, you had to rely on rules to win when you can't even get a win yourself. I don't like to depend on rules. I don't. I mean, I will pull out the ruling every once in a while. You know, have Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki right next to Duel Network. So when a fag wants to say, "Oh, you can't do this," I'm like, wait a second, let me just search up the ruling. If I can, so there it is. I'll post it right there, so you can shut the fuck up and let us continue playing, because it makes no sense for you to want to just rule shark me so you can just get the win. That's like a sad way to win. An example of that is when I was on Duel Network one time, and I actually wrote on Duel Network that I said fun deck testing, no meta please, and a guy accepts my accept my duel note, and he requesting to duel. So we start the duel. Automatically I see a motherfucking Laquari hits the field. I'm like, wait a sec, I said no meta, and then he's like, you're breaking the rules. Now, and then he gives me a post to a link that was to an article written by an admin saying that you cannot restrict deck choice on rated tools, and you should stick to deck testing only on unrated. So that kind of frustrated me a little bit. He full well knowing that I clearly said that I was playing with a fun deck and not a meta deck. And the fact that he says I restricted his deck choice. So he got the win because of the fact that I was breaking the rules, and the fact that that rule was written by an admin. So I really couldn't argue with that. But that was some bullshit right there, because I'm like, wow, and everybody else is fucking doing it. So why the hell is everybody else getting in trouble? Why I have to be the only motherfucker that gets in trouble for? You see, that's what I'm talking about. Rule sharking is stupid. Rule sharking gets people mad. Rule sharking causes other people to get mad and punch other people in the face. Not saying me. I've seen it. I've seen people get mad and get riled up for rule sharking. It gets people mad. It's not worth it. This is only a game. You shouldn't take it that seriously. It's supposed to be a hobby. That's what it is. Supposed to make friends from this, but instead you make enemies and you cause problems, you cause drama. Why do that to yourself? Why do that to the people around you, the people you're with? I'm just saying. This is Jynex Sol, and I hope you understand where I'm coming from when I mention all this shit that bothers me about Yu-Gi-Oh! And remember, Shonen Jump Alpha. Subscribe to them. Apparently it's weekly, so it's 99 cents weekly and $25.99 for subscription for a year, and you'll be able to get some Shonen Jump cards that I think possibly will come in the mail. Because obviously, how many of you like getting your cards ripped out of your book? I don't. Because every time I go to a fucking bookstore, I want to go and get a Shonen Jump. Motherfucker already swept the card, and it pisses me off. Rather in the Shonen Jump or the manga alone. You know how hard it was to find a fucking absolute zero, man? Back then? Exactly. Shinings. Exactly. Ryos. You know where I'm going on with this. But yeah. People were not like decent enough to not steal. They stoop so low to steal these cards just so they can have them, just to say they. I mean, this is how people make money. They steal to make money. I mean, props to you if you're making money, but if you're making money the dishonest way, chances are it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. So, just saying. Yeah, here I'm going. This is about to be about 15 minutes long. Yeah, I'm still talking shit like always. This is Jynex Sol saying good night. Take care. Keep dueling. And don't worry about those fags out there who give you a hard time in dueling, because it's not worth it. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth you getting mad at them, because you can always just quit the duel, whether it's rated or unrated. I mean, it's a rank, it's a rank. You can always do better. I mean, if you lose to a guy on rated, chances are you might win 5 duels after that on rated and get higher than he will. So that's all I'm saying. Peace.